Okay, screw the Toronto Blue Jays. Personally, I'm out. I was a fair weather fan anyway, to be totally honest. Regular season, I barely watch. I'll follow the team a bit. The playoffs, for sure, I'll watch. I want them to lose now. It's just not the Pride Parade. It's what they said afterwards. We'll take a look at that. First, we'll watch a bit of this video here. It says, Happy Pride from your Toronto Blue Jays. I probably won't watch the whole thing, but let's take a look.
Today is Pride Night, presented by TD, one of the best days at the ballpark here. We've been able to do so many different things, really push ourselves to really make an impact on the community and stay true to who the Blue Jays are.
The Toronto Blue Jays are major influencers across Canada, across the world. And what you say to the world when you do something like Pride and a Pride Night is to say there's a place, a sense of belonging for everyone.
There already is. This is so obviously LGBT better. LGBT comes first. No group of people, I mean, maybe there is, but who's been pandered to more in society than LGBT? Maybe let me know in the comments if you know of a group. I think they're number one in the last 20 years. It is ridiculous. There is like, what other group gets stuff like this? It doesn't make any sense.
Happy Pride!
Honestly, we just love it so much. We've been coming here every year since the Blue Jays started doing Pride Night. It means so much to me to have the Blue Jays acknowledge and represent the 2S LGBTQIA+ community. It's really special to me, and I think it really just gives a good feeling and hope for the future.
When you walk through these doors, it's an inclusive environment, and this is a great way.
Why don't you have an event for grocery store workers? That makes as much sense as this. If you want to have this event, your LGBT thing, I don't know, go to a gay bar or whatever, but man, it's so unfair.
For us to showcase that and how wonderful the city of Toronto is.
Okay, the next thing I'm going to cover is something that the Blue Jays posted onto X. By the way, though, like 15 years ago, I was fine with some of these Pride parades. I'm not the most right person on this stuff. I know lots of religious people from a bunch of different religions have different reasons. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm that religious, to be honest. Maybe I'll get back into that one day, but like 20 years ago, the odd Pride parade, I didn't have a problem with it. I probably represent like the average normie in society on this issue. It's like, okay, you want to do these at a time when maybe gay marriage in America was being recognized or whatever, but it's obviously gone way too far. This shows up, by the way, in just polling. Like, so many people are so over this. There's lots of people, by the way, in America now. I've seen rising poll numbers of people saying, we don't like gay marriage anymore. And if you're just like an average gay person trying to live their lives, this Pride stuff, I don't think is helping you anymore, for sure. It's just pissing everybody off. So what they said here about this Pride, like this post, whatever, that stupid post in 2026, but whatever. This is the post I think is the dumbest post and why I think I'm personally not going to be a fan of the Blue Jays anymore. Somebody replies and they say, we don't need this stuff, which is totally how I feel. Then the Blue Jays say, actually, the comments show why we do, in fact, need this stuff. That is so crazy, man. Unless they apologize for this, I'm sure they're not going to. I say fuck the Blue Jays. Fuck them. I'm never going to watch them. If I do, I'm going to be cheering for the other teams. At some point, somebody has to say enough, okay? Because the logic of this, which I posted in this reply, so either we blindly agree with LGBT being rammed down everyone's throat for decades, or we are the example of why it needs to continue. The logic is insane. It will never end. Fuck the Toronto Blue Jays. That's totally how I feel, because like you post this, right, in 2026, when people are obviously so tired of this, it's not clear for sure why this stuff is necessary. It absolutely isn't. Maybe if you're like a far left person, you'd say, actually, it is clear. It's not, okay? You don't get to determine what is just objective truth. It's like with me. If I have a right-wing point of view, I can't just say, it's the way it is, and if you don't like this, you're like ridiculous. That's kind of how this is being framed. We don't need this stuff. That's a fair opinion, okay? You're allowed to think this. You shouldn't have a professional sports organization flame you for this. This is a very rational, reasonable take that clearly falls within the Overton window of a country, or it certainly should. We don't need this stuff. They're not attacking anybody. They're doing nothing wrong. Actually, the comments show why we do in fact need this stuff. So the circular logic there is you trigger people with these posts, or you put it on the internet, you're going to trigger somebody because people are going to disagree with things all the time. People disagree with that, and then your logic is, okay, well, actually, we do need this stuff because people are disagreeing with us. That is never going to end. Post a pride thing, people complain, the complaints justify, okay, we need it again in 2027. We need it again in 2028. It's so insane. Fuck the Blue Jays. I literally want the other team to win. I don't care. I'm not a big baseball fan. I don't give a shit. Like, I like George Springer. I like Vladimir Guerrero, but it's not going to change my life whether the Blue Jays win or not. So with that said, I'll finish my video. Please like, please subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Have a great day.